Who's the best cookie for Error Busters Season 2? Well, it's obviously Burning Spice, right? He deals massive damage to groups of enemies and bosses. He's extremely tanky and becomes immortal for a while before he dies. Plus, he's a high rarity beast cookie, so he's obviously number 1. Right? Well, he's actually second place for the best cookie. Then who's top 1? Today you'll find out. I'm also gonna rank every single cookie in a tier list, putting them inside the tiers S, A, B, C, D, and F. But in order to understand who the best cookie is, we need to analyze the game mode. We're in Season 2 right now, and it's way harder than Season 1. The normal enemies are actually kinda tanky. You definitely need to get good cookies at the beginning to do well. Some of the bosses are also hard to kill. About halfway through the run, there's an ice golem boss, and that thing has so much health. The final boss, Black Forest cookies, pretty hard to kill quickly. Your cookies also have a good chance of getting killed throughout the whole run. For this season, you need both damage and survivability. Let's talk about dealing damage first. Using electricity cookies is a good way to deal damage. The best electric cookie is Black Lemonade. She'll help you kill everything really fast. Shining Glitter and Stormbringer are also top tier DPSs. They're both electric cookies who are good by themselves, but when paired with other electric cookies, they're even better. Black Lemonade, Shining Glitter, and Stormbringer are all top tier. Twizzly Gummy's another electric cookie. However, she doesn't have her magic candy, so she's not as good. She still pairs well with electric cookies, and the buffs you get this season synergize really well with her. She'll go into A tier for now, 1 tier below the other electric cookies. Next we have Sherbert. I almost put him in A tier, but my Discord server said to put him a tier lower. I've worked with other people inside my Discord to make this tier list, so all these rankings are not just my opinion alone. Anyways, Sherbert's going in the B tier, and B tier is still good. White Lily's also a decent damage healer. She can heal your cookies, which is a nice bonus. Golden Cheese is kinda similar, but I feel like she does a little less damage. Another cookie that's kinda similar is Moonlight. Her damage isn't that high, but it's still usable. Stardust Cookie's another one that's like almost the same. I'll put White Lily, Moonlight, Stardust, and Golden Cheese right next to each other in B tier. Another viable DPS could be Blackberry Cookie. Even though she's a rare, her damage output's alright. If you happen to get a rare cookie buff, it helps her a lot. She also gives your team crit, attack speed, and HP shield buffs. Overall, she's alright, so she'll go in the B tier. The next cookie is Cherry Blossom. Her stats are pretty bad. She gives you an attack buff, but otherwise I wouldn't really say she's worth using. I'll put her in the C tier. Let's talk about the poison element now. Poison takes time to deal damage, and that's bad because you want to kill things as fast as possible. Electricity is definitely a stronger element. Although poison's kinda slow, Prune Juice and Black Sapphire are still top tier damage dealers. I'll put them both in S tier, but below the electric cookies. Some cookies are meant to support Prune Juice and Black Sapphire. That's what Matcha and Royal Margarine do. However, they're really overrated. They don't contribute that much. They're still decent cookies though, so they belong at the bottom of B tier. Cotton, Affogato, Poison Mushroom, and Pumpkin Pie all support Prune Juice, but they're kinda bad at what they do. I'll put Cotton in C tier and the rest in D tier. Milky Way's defense down debuffs helps you do way more damage. She's also pretty good at clearing groups of enemies. Linzer Cookie's another good debuffer who also buffs your allies. She's better against bosses than groups of enemies. I'll put both of them in the A tier. They work well inside any team. Dark Choco's a much weaker version of the two, so he belongs in a tier lower. Eclair has even more problems than Dark Choco. He takes way too long to apply weakness debuff, so he'll be a tier below Dark Choco. Dark Choco's in B tier and Eclair's in C tier. Oyster Cookie increases your crit and crit damage. Her summons are actually kinda bad, but yeah, she's overall just really bad. I'll put her in the C tier. Onto the healers. You absolutely need a healer for this game mode. Out of everyone, Mystic Flower gives the most healing, so she belongs in the S tier. Pure Vanilla's another really good healer. I'd always choose Mystic Flower instead of him, so he goes a tier below. So there's this wave of enemies on screen right now that does injury. Pure Vanilla's able to heal that injury. I'll put him at the top of A tier. Peach Blossom is basically a downgrade of Pure Vanilla. His healing's almost as good as PV's, but he doesn't cleanse injury. I'll put him 1 tier below PV. Next we have healers that buff your damage. Rockstar, Carol, Caramel Shoe, and Macaron are all good. I'll put them all right next to Peach Blossom. Pomegranate gives you an attack buff, but it's kinda short and she's not that good, so C tier. The final boss, Black Forest Cookie, debuffs your team and it kills them. Herb Cookie is able to cleanse those debuffs. However, this is really unimportant, so he's D tier. For survivability, Cloud Hate and Crimson Coral help out a little bit. They're really trash though, so they're at the bottom of D tier. Finally, for everyone else, F tier. There's so many cookies that are just straight up trash. There we have it, that's the final tier list. Huh? Burning Spice? Why do you look so happy? Oh, it's because you're first place. Well, wipe that smirk off your face, you're not first place! The best error buster cookie is actually Star Coral. She heals, she buffs, and due to power creep, she deals massive damage. She's way more useful than you, Burning Spice. So yeah, just get out of here, you're not first place. He looks kinda angry. Uh-oh. Wait, oh shoot.
Witness destruction!